Hi everybody, my name is Tundun. I'm here to tell you a story about the journey of my career. I moved to the United States a few years ago, and after I graduated school, I applied for a job and I did not get in. Now in the medical field, you can only do that once a year, and I felt very bad. But the real challenge was that after that, I had to prepare for another exam in order for me to apply for the job again, and that was where I felt the most attacked. And I remember when I was studying for that exam, I kept telling, there was this voice in my head just telling me that no matter what I do, I would never pass that exam. And the thing is that I was so discouraged by it. I kept studying, but every time as I was studying, I would keep hearing that voice. I would keep hearing that voice. But one thing that I did not do was to give up. I kept pressing. I kept doing what I knew was the right thing to do. I kept studying. And I remember on the day of my exam, I had like a mini panic attack in the exam hall. I came out of the exam and I was crying, and I still had to go back. I was shaking. I couldn't even focus. But at the end of it, I realized that I did pass the exam. And the reason I'm sharing this is because if I had failed the exam, I would not have been able to apply for a job again. But if I had also listened to those voices, I would not have had that exam in time to apply again. And the second time that I did apply, I got in. What I've just shared is a summary. This whole ordeal actually took 2 years. And during the time that I was waiting, the one thing that I learned to do was to really deepen my relationship with God. Sometimes when you're going through things like this, and if you leave yourself with your thoughts, you will find yourself in a very dark place, and that was what I was trying to avoid. And so I spent a lot of time praying, and honestly, truly from the bottom of my heart, believing God, believing that His plans for me are good. Even when I have bad days, I will come home and say, God, I know that if you're with me, everything is going to be all right. And that was pretty much my pastime. While I was working on the applications, going on interviews, asking questions, trying to make connections, I told myself, I said, if God is with me, that's pretty much what I need. And my outside life may not reflect that right now, but I will keep trusting Him and believing that no matter what happens, His plans for me are good. And it may feel bad, it may feel hurtful, it may feel like torture, but I know that all things work together for my good, and I will keep trusting in that. And that was my mindset. Like after I found out I passed that exam and I applied again, I just told myself, I said, God, every day it's just me and you. We're going to keep going at this no matter what. And I was really happy. I found out I got the job. It's a great experience, but at the same time, I was telling somebody, I said, the real testimony is that I really found my joy in Christ. And I wish that for everybody who is going through any kind of challenge, that you would find your true joy and your true peace in Christ, and that you always remember that we're here just for a while, and by God's grace, at the end of everything, we will be with Christ. Thank you very much for listening. Stay blessed. My name is Tundun, and I'm a sister Unveiled. This is my story. What is yours?
Hi, we hope you were blessed by Tundun's testimony. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.